Docker is basically a tool that helps data engineers package, distribute, and run applications in a consistent environment. Instead of manually installing stuff and praying it works everywhere, you just wrap your entire project, code, tools, dependencies into lightweight, portable, and self-sufficient environments called containers. These containers can run your code anywhere, whether on your laptop, a server, or the cloud. For example, if your project needs Python, Spark, and a bunch of specific libraries, instead of manually installing them on every machine, you can just spin up a Docker container with everything pre-configured. Share it with your team, and they'll have the exact same setup running in no time. Before we discuss the essential commands, let's go over some key Docker terminology to make sure we're all on the same page. 1. Docker run. What it does: creates and starts a container from an image. Why it's important: data engineers frequently launch databases, processing engines, or API services. The Docker run command's flags are critical. D. Runs the container in the background, so your terminal isn't locked. Name your container. Stop guessing which random ID is your Postgres instance. E. Set environment variables, like passwords or configs. P. Maps ports, e.g., exposing PostgreSQL's port 5432. V. Mounts volumes to persist data beyond the container's lifecycle. Without volumes, database data would vanish when the container stops, a disaster for production pipelines. 2. Docker build. What it does: turn your Docker file into a reusable image. #Dockerfile. From Python 3.9 Slim. Run pip install pandas numpy Apache Airflow. Docker build t custom_airflow latest. Why it's important: data engineers often need custom images preloaded with tools like Airflow, PySpark, or machine learning libraries. The Docker build command ensures teams use identical environments, eliminating works on my machine issues. What it does: executes a command inside a running container. Docker exec at Postgres_DB PSQLU Postgres #access PostgreSQL shell. Why it's important: data engineers use this to inspect databases, run ad hoc queries, or test scripts without restarting containers. The it flags lets you type commands interactively. Without this, you're stuck in read-only mode. 4. Docker logs. What it does: displays logs from a container. Docker logs tail 100f Airflow_scheduler #stream last 100 logs. Why it's important: debugging failed tasks, e.g., Airflow DAGs or Spark jobs, relies on logs. The F flag streams logs in real time, helping diagnose runtime issues. 5. Docker stats. What it does: live dashboard for CPU, memory, and network usage of containers. Docker stats Postgres Spark_master. Why it's important: efficient resource monitoring is important for maintaining optimal performance in data pipelines. For example, if a data pipeline experiences slow processing, checking Docker stats can reveal whether PostgreSQL